Sunday. Browns are on the road this Sunday, which means I'm going to be out for another Cox Out pregame. We kind of switch it up this year. So for the away games, Browns are in Baltimore.
I was going to see if Poundcake knew.
Oh, I'm sorry. Poundcake, do you know where the Browns are this weekend?
He's on
Baltimore.
He got it.
And
who will they be playing?
What's the name of the team?
The Baltimore. Wait, they're our old team. They're the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, look at that. There's this best sports talker for you.
That's right. Poundcake Sports Break, 5:30 today. Award-winning, according to you, the readers and voters of Cleveland Scene Magazine.
Do you know any players on the Baltimore Ravens? At any time.
Raven, Baltimore.
Come on.
I don't know anyone.
You know the show That's So Raven was based on that.
No, it wasn't.
How do you know that?
Because I watched the show, and it was Raven Baxter in San Francisco. Her dad was a chef.
Who is, give me any Ravens quarterback. One of them rhymes with Tamaco. That's probably not even a reference.
That's not going to help him, yeah.
Tarasco?
Yeah, Tarasco. Yeah. Yep. Franklin Tarasco was a former Brown is on the Ravens. Former big-time Brown. He's made his way around the league. He gets a lot of attention.
Was he a quarterback?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think he's on the Ravens. Yeah.
Odell
shares,
Jr.
There you go. Shares a name with a soccer player.
I'm
Odell Beckham Jr. Hello.
What about Lamar? Do you know Lamar's last name?
Odom.
Not
Jackson.
Well,
there
no.
you go. Hey.
No. Odom is Lamar's last name, so I have to give him that. Judges say yes, but no, Lamar Odom is not the quarterback.
But he got Lamar Jackson, so.
He did get Lamar Jackson, so congratulations. Nailed it. Anyway, Cox Out pregame. I'm back at the Parma Tavern on Sunday. Noon to 2 is when we'll be there, and we'll have prizes and swag, and somebody walks out with $300 in Visa gift cards.
So Tavern has good wings.
Love Parma Tavern, boy. It's nuts to butts in there when we do the Cox Out, and I love getting out there. It's just down the street from our old studios.
I know. That's where we used to do our fantasy football draft. We'd go over there after our show got done and sit there with our laptops and do our draft, and now we don't even get together anymore. But I did.
They have fantasy football on draft at the Parma Tavern?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a fantasy football league.
You drink too many of them, you might hate your wife.
Media of Cleveland. I'm currently in first place.
Oh, are you in the fantasy league?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who's in last place?
Let me.
Are you in the fantasy league, Poundcake? This is an office pool. Is what you're saying? Who else is in it? Doesn't Keith Kennedy usually?
I know Rob's in it. Hotchkiss is in it. Dieter's in it.
Yeah.
I beat Dieter this week. It always feels good to beat Dieter because I
think Jeremiah's in it too because he was
in it.
lamenting to me the state of his. I think he has Justin Fields and he's got a couple guys that keep getting hurt.
Who is this team?
Mary and I are.
I think Keith Kennedy is in last place.
He's in last place.
Yeah.
All right.
He's 1-8. I'm 8-1. So.
All right. Well, there's still plenty of football to be played on Sunday. Your Browns are at Baltimore. And I'll be at the Parma Tavern, noon to 2. For the Cox Out pregame, there are only a few left. We'll do Thanksgiving Sunday, and then we'll do December 3rd. So the first of the last 3 here in this year's run of Cox Out pregames. So we were talking yesterday, and we kind of tossed it around the room a little bit, but none of us could land on who they would name on the Jimmy Kimmel Show last night as the sexiest man alive. And we could have gone for an hour, and none of us would have guessed this person.
Well, because usually it's somebody that's
relevant,
having a lot of things happen. And Patrick Dempsey, while very attractive, he was on Grey's Anatomy?
He's in movies. I mean, he's in.
But what?
Well, he's in Ferrari, the Adam Driver Ferrari movie that's coming out at Christmas.
Okay.
He's in that Thanksgiving movie that Eli Roth did the little promo in one of his old movies.
Oh, in Grindhouse, yeah. They finally made that into a real movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in that. So he does stuff. I mean, he's on TV shows. I don't know if he was on one of those Code 911 shows or whatever the hell those are with Rob Lowe. But yeah, Patrick Dempsey, though.
Okay.
He still does stuff, but yeah,
I knew he was doing stuff. I just
never guessed. Guy's 57.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that either.
He's so hot, though.
Very, very.
God, he's hot.
Yeah. We'd all give it to him, right?
Yes.
We'd all give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys look at the list I sent you that the NFL released, where it was like supposedly the runners up and Kelsey was in there, but not Travis?
Yeah.
Jason was in there.
I don't know why I'm not getting. I don't know why I'm not getting sound out of my
Looks like
one computer here. This is really going to piss me off because
it looks like it's going out over the live stream.
I don't hear anything. Hold on.
Hold on, stop talking.
Okay. But so why don't I hear it then?
I don't
we
hear
don't hear it
anything either.
over the air?
Do you have the right?
Yeah, I do. It's all because I can hear it in queue. Anyway,
there's a button that needs to be pushed. That's not pushed.
It's whatever.
You know how these things.
I come in. I set this room up every morning. I don't know why anything would be different. Anywho, Patrick Dempsey is the guy that they announced, and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe it."
Oh, in that list that Mary sent, Pedro Pascal would have been a good.
That was when I was like, "Oh, that would have been a shoe."
There were a lot of people, or because Ryan Gosling was in Barbie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal. A lot of people thought that it was going to be him. By the way, they need to rename this. They need to rename it like Sexiest Man You've Heard Of. Because I'm sure that there are plenty of hot dudes somewhere in the world that could be in this. So it's not Sexiest Man Alive. It's Sexiest Man You've Heard Of. Sexiest celebrity you're kind of familiar with, maybe. You know? Once Poundcake becomes a full-on world traveler, he's going to be sniffing out dudes in San Marino or the Maldives, and, you know, he's going to be out there trying to figure out what these guys are. That's why you should get a job with People Magazine, Poundcake. That way you can really tell them what's up. Hey, you guys are calling this Sexiest Man Alive. I met a dude from Montenegro.
Oh, I could spot a model a mile away.
Uh-huh.
My childhood crush, it turned out he became a model. So...
Like a real person?
Yeah, someone I went to school with.
Now, is that someone with whom you take you say that you take pride in other people's accomplishments? Is that partly because you went to school with them?
Well, that and it just means I have good taste. Like I've seen this person.
But is it good taste to be attracted to somebody who's hot,
good looking,
a model? Yeah,
I was.
You're not exactly Hercule Poirot
I had a
there.
crush on him before he was a model, and I was like, oh, he should model. He's beautiful. Like since.
You saw he was a diamond in the rough.
We went to school. We were classmates.
But he was still hot
since first grade. I'm saying since first grade, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's perfect. I had like the golden hair, and then grew up to become a model. I was like, oh, I knew it back then. So I don't know. I just had.
I knew it back then.
The
Cody,
golden hair.
He's trying to take credit for this guy being a model. Like I always knew he would. Like
I wasn't taking credit for him being a model.
Like he wasn't hot.
But that's not the point. The fact that I had the taste and the wherewithal to be, you know.
Wherewithal? How old were you?
First grade.
The wherewithal in the first grade. You were 6?
I don't know. How old are you in the first grade?
Yeah, 6, 7.
Probably 6.
Yeah, I don't know.
That he had the wherewithal. He had the moxie in first grade to look at this kid and go, you should be a model.
You're going to be a star, kid.
I'm putting you in pictures.
Tell him Poundcake sent you.
What does he model?
Socks.
He just models clothes. I don't know.
He's a clothes model.
Is an agency, yeah.
Okay.
He's not like a hand
I didn't
model.
know if there's like a campaign or something that we could be like, oh, he's the
No, and we
Guess jeans dude or whatever.
Yeah, it would be wild to be a model for something other than your face, where you're probably making a living, probably a good living,
Well,
but
underwear
nobody
models.
knows who you are. Like, if you were like a hand model, you went the Costanza route, right? Like you're doing Bulova watch ads or something, or Tag Heuer ads, and they just see your wrist, like elbow to whatever.
Fist.
Right. Elbow to fist is what they see. And then you're a model. And you go, well, except nobody would believe you. You go, oh, I model watches.
Elbow to fist. Elbow to fist.
And nobody would believe you. So, but are you still in contact with this guy?
No, I wasn't in contact with him like before. We just knew of each other. We were classmates, and then.
Oh, I see. You weren't friends with him in the first grade.
So you can't take credit for his
we were
modeling.
friends, but like you're friends with everyone in first grade unless they're like they push you down on the playground or something. So I mean, once
that means you're dating.
Yeah, I guess so. But no, we just grew apart, and I just knew of him, and I'm just like, wow, he was hot back then, and he's still hot now. Like this.
I had no idea how many little boys I was dating in the first grade.
This good-looking kid turned out to be a very hot adult. So that's all.
You should hit him up. Hey, remember me from the first grade?
I thought you were hot then.
Yep.
I still look at those pictures.
I'm sure that'll go over well.
Where's my cut? Where's my finder's
I always
fee?
believed in you.
Jason Kelsey was on the list of finalists.
And Timothy Chalamet, if he would have won, I would be so mad.
You don't like his
rough.
twink body?
But Timothy
No.
Chalamet is right in the center of where you think they're pulling from Sexiest.
But
I think
he's not old enough yet.
He is not, no.
he looks like a boy still.
He looks like a boy, and he's not that good looking.
I need my Ansel Elgort. That's what I need. I need him to be on the list.
Stop it with the Ansel Elgort.
Cancel Elgort.
This guy.
Whatever.
Ansel and Gretel over here. Pedro Pascal, Timothy Chalamet, Usher,
Mm.
Jamie
Usher.
Foxx, and Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz is,
yes. Yes.
And he's like 60 or something.
Yes.
It looks like that.
He
Come
has
on.
the hottest body. If he didn't get it this year, he'll get it next year.
I bet Pedro Pascal. He's due.
He's due.
He's had a year. Well, dude, he's had a really good
Well, I thought
couple years.
McDreamy won it in years past. When
He did
was,
not.
No, he's
that's
just,
crazy to me.
he's been in the list because that's what they talked about on Jimmy Kimmel, where he's been on the cover, but like little guy on the cover, and now he finally gets the whole cover.
Gets his due.
Mhm.
I've been due to be the sexiest man alive since I've been alive.
Lenny Kravitz will be 60 next spring.
It's crazy.
I remember a few years ago reading an article on him. It was in Men's Health magazine. And they were like, how do you keep it so tight and blah, blah, blah. It's because the guy's got nothing to do all day long. Like he lives like in the Bahamas or something. And he just eats mangoes for breakfast and is like rolling logs in the daytime. He'll go into the studio and noodle on his guitar. He's got the life, man. If you had money and nowhere to be, hell yeah, you'd be rolling logs all day long. Rolling joint, he like lives in an Airstream or something. It's like, yeah, okay.
Real
He's got
simple
all-
lifestyle.
He's got all day long to work out.
Well, I was talking to
That's the
Brian
life.
about that because I'm starting a workout program where I count macros and stuff again on Sunday. And he was like, well, what is your goal? And I was like, well, in 2020, I was the fittest I have ever been in my life, including college sports, because I couldn't go anywhere. So I was getting up and walking or running in the morning, coming and doing the show, and then working out at home for like 45 minutes a night. Like,
Oh, that's the life.
but that's why I was like, there was literally nothing else to do. So
Yeah.
I was working out twice a day for 4 months, and I was in the best shape I could ever be in. And I was thinking about that when you're talking about Lenny Kravitz, where it's like, yeah, you got nothing else going on? Do some push-ups. Why not?
Right. And you're not worried about your money.
No.
Your money's set. This guy's like, posting pictures of him doing sit-ups on TikTok. And like, God bless him. He's gonna be
And he can play
he's gonna be Channing Tatum's father-in-law. Like, imagine that wedding photo.
That's
And
a good
Channing
photo.
Tatum and Zoe
Where your
Kravitz get married.
father-in-law's hotter than you.
Wow.
And you're Channing Tatum, and he's
Right.
still hotter than you.
Yes.
You're like, I'm supposed to be hot here, and then I
He's
got this
one
father-in-law
sexiest man
here.
alive.
Right, but Lenny Kravitz is arguably hotter than Channing Tatum.
Absolutely. And Lisa Bonet is going to be in the picture,
Right.
and Jason Momoa. I mean, this wedding picture.
There's gonna be one person in that picture that's like,
I don't
oh,
wanna be in this
man.
picture.
Like
No,
it's
I
gonna
don't
be
wanna be in
like
here.
Channing Tatum's dad. He's like
Yeah.
just like a chubby Midwest dude, and be like,
Guys, come on. Do I have to? Don't stand me next to Lenny.
yeah, don't. You know what? I'm gonna sit these out.
Hey
But I feel
guys, I'm Glenn Tatum. I'd like to stand off to the side. Isn't he from Alabama or something? I don't want to stand there next to Leonard Kravitz, whatever his name is. Stand next to my son.
You see Lenny Kravitz, he's just wearing like a scarf. It's like
Yeah.
just a black and white
He's
scarf.
buck
That's all he's got
naked.
on.
Yeah, like his Channing Tatum's dad looks like a regular dad,
Right.
But like in that picture, he's gonna,
He's going to be an ogre.
yeah, just like an old white guy.
I didn't even know that Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum were a thing. First I ever saw was that they were engaged. I was like, hey, good for them.
For years.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, been together. a
I
couple
thought he
years.
just got divorced. Did not know that.
Are you thinking of the movie Magic Mike?
No, he was with Jenna Dewan for a long time, right? I thought they just got divorced like a year or so ago. But clearly it's been longer than that. But good for them. Anyway, Jason Kelsey was on sports radio in Philadelphia talking about being one of the nominees for Sexiest Man Alive.
Like, are you actually one of the sexiest men alive?
I'm not even the sexiest man in my family, let alone sexiest man alive. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, but you get it.
Why did that bother you so much?
It didn't. This sports, guys. Yeah, that's right, man.
Woody Woodpecker.
You got it. Yeah. Anywho. Boy, it's going to drive me nuts that I can't hear this thing.
Is it playing right now?
I know behind the curtain stuff is really boring to listen to, but I don't know why. I can hear it in my headphones, but not over the air.
I can't hear
anything.
anything.
Why.
Either.
Yeah.
You guys know what I can hear?
What?
The sound of equality.
Yeah.
That doesn't help the show, Mary.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What have you done for me lately?
Sorry.
All right. Well, anyway. Okay. With the girl, see, I want to play this too. And maybe I'll play the girl we talked about a while ago, but this teacher in Missouri who got outed for being on OnlyFans. Now, this happens a lot, or at least it happens.
It's like the best marketing if you're a teacher on OnlyFans.
But it also happens with some regularity, so I'm not sure why this girl's getting all of the attention. There's a girl named Brianna Coppage, and she looks like a regular girl. I mean, she's pretty, but she was a high school teacher outside St. Louis, and they fired her because, of course, they found out that she was on OnlyFans. But since the summer, she's made $1 million on OnlyFans.
I don't. Okay.
And her salary as a teacher was $42,000. And she's like, look, I love the kids, and it bums me out that I was ejected from a career I love, frankly, one where they need good people, right? I don't know what's going on with these. I'm not getting any. What is going on over here? I'm not getting anything off this either. So it must be that. Is it when you unplugged something earlier, William? Could that be something?
I don't.
Because it's just on my middle thing here. Anyway.
Let me switch some things around.
Brianna Coppage said that since the summer, she's made over $1 million. She's like, I paid off my school loans. I paid off my house. I'm making obviously way more money than I ever would have as a teacher. She was making $42,000 a year there in some suburban St. Louis school district. But I'm curious why she's the one that's like doing all the press for this, because there's stories of teachers that get outed on OnlyFans on a regular basis. See if this works here. No. Again, I can hear it in my headphones, just not over the air.
Something with the board.
Well, I mean, I've got everything where it's supposed to be. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. No. Nope. Those are just inputs. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out. I've got to go to a break anyway. But I don't know what this girl's name is. You know, I'm always fascinated as to
Brittany or something.
Well, no, that's her real name.
Oh.
I don't know. You know, on OnlyFans, they're always like, your girl XXX or whatever. That's why I'm never sure how the kids find it, because they're not using your real name. So you really got to do some digging to find, you know, obviously in school, there's going to start a rumor that one of your teachers is on OnlyFans, and then everybody's going to be drilling down to find her. Missouri is one of the lowest states in the nation for teacher pay. And she said the district I was working for is also one of the lowest paying districts in the state. I have multiple degrees in education, and I'm really going to miss my students. But she said that the money she's made in 6 months on OnlyFans, she would have had to have worked for 24 years as a teacher. I'm
telling you, every weekend that passes by where I come home up a couple $100 or up $1,000, whatever it is, I'm like, I'm about to quit, just do OnlyFans. We'd be millionaires by next year.
Is your sister's been on for a minute? Is she a millionaire?
No, but she also doesn't have the same platform that I do.
True. Well, but there's a lot of people where OnlyFans is their only platform. They just really, really get out there and hustle. And
sure, but those aren't the people making $1 million.
Oh,
Between, I have over 400,000 followers across all my social medias, and then the radio program. Dude, I might do it. Cody, you in?
No,
What if I let you make contact with Brian?
you didn't say that.
I'm saying it now.
You might want to have a conversation with Brian about it too.
No.
If you're picking
Brian's
Brian-
he's just in it for everybody. He's there for our profit.
I was gonna
Boy,
say,
she's
if you're-
really riding this issue one thing all the way to the sun, isn't she?
I have a voice.
And
a
I'm
whole
telling my
human.
boyfriend to do OnlyFans content with Poundcake.
Yes, for the betterment of society.
She's a whole human that's about to use her human hole.
Yes, she will.
If
Make
you're
her
pimping
money.
me out to Brian, then sure. But
we
no
get
one
to
wants
keep-
touch my vagina.
We get to keep 60% of the money.
Oh, absolutely not.
Why?
Because if I'm with Brian, I'm probably gonna be doing most of the work.
He's a top babe.
Well, clearly you've never bottomed. So
All I'm
there's
saying
more work
is,
involved.
I think Mary's a regular bottom.
yeah, I pretty much only ever bottomed.
Not the same. But
What I'm saying is, part of your pay and why we get 60% of the money is that you get to enjoy my boyfriend.
Geico
Yeah,
for your
40%.
money.
Right.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, think about it. That's all you can do.
Coming soon.
Think about it.
So wait, are we gonna? Is this like a threesome ordeal, or I'm
No,
just
I'm not
renting
there.
him out?
Or I could watch or something.
By the way, I don't know why we're going through this whole charade.
What charade?
You and Poundcake are gonna be on OnlyFans at some point. So I don't know why we're pretending that this isn't an inevitability.
It'll
It's a
happen
fait
at
accompli that
some
these things are
point.
going to happen.
Eventually,
I don't know. I don't want to shame my family anymore. I already
That just
have.
means you don't need money
Your
enough.
family
yet.
wouldn't care if
No.
you. They wouldn't be shamed if you were making a ton of money.
think
They'd
my
be
mom-
so. No, your
I
mom.
might care.
Your mom would care
No,
until she
here's what
sees the
she would
first
do.
I have
check
to
and
wait
go.
till my mom dies.
here's what she would do. She would do the same thing that poor conservative people do, where when money gets involved, their morals get a little
Of
blurry.
course.
So
Everyone's
she
principles go out
I
the
was gonna say,
window.
'cause
would say something like, "Give me some of that slut money," or something like that.
Something
you
like
know?
that, because
Yeah.
I've showed her I've showed her messages I've gotten from guys, or like guys on my Facebook. They just don't care. They have family and friends, and they'll post pictures in their jockstrap. I'm like, Mom, like, what if I did something like this? She was like, I would just be ashamed of you every day. She was like, I would just be ashamed, and I would tell you every day.
Why are you running it past your mom?
Also,
I
yeah,
wanted to test the waters to see. You think I
Test
would
your
talk about
mom's
OnlyFans?
waters. She's not your target audience. You know what she's going to say.
But it is important to
would
me
love to get sucked
not
up.
disappoint her. I care.
Why?
Because she helped me out with college.
It means you're
yeah,
not
but
pulling-
if you can,
You go,
I'm not
Mom,
going to embarrass my mother.
imagine if you were making a lot of money and
$1
how you could
million
help her
dollars.
out.
She doesn't care about that.
Yeah,
We've
she
been
does.
there.
everybody
You know
cares
You know how
about
many
money.
You know how many Instagram and TikTok monkeys she could fund if you were
She can have her own.
exactly, and she would be very happy about that.
We come from
I'm paying for that monkey with my son's slut money.
my son's porn money.
You
That's what she would say.
out here sinning. You better give me a cut of that for tithes.
If you ain't sinning, you ain't winning.
Church is in my heart, and I can't go back to church now because my son's a porn star.
Judge. Well, let's hope your mother gets a clearer head about it then, so that you can on OnlyFans. I got a break here. I'll have more money for you. It's not, $1 million from OnlyFans, but it's $1,000 from the Buzzard Bookie. 3:30 is that next keyword to grab that money. 35192. If you want to text after the break, I got those Green Day tickets for you. They're on tour next year. We're going to send you to see them in Pittsburgh next September.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere